So, quick little tip here on short game. We all know that short game is a key part of your game, for scoring in particular. And I think one of the biggest parts of the short game is knowing how far your wedges go. Now, I don't just mean hitting them full. I think we should have 3 different lengths of swing with each wedge. I believe we should swing the club to waist high to get one distance, then chest high to get another distance, shoulder high to get another distance. And then if we do that with 4 wedges, as I've got here, then you've got 12 distances. So my longest distance with a wedge is about 130 yards. So from 130 yards down to about 40 yards, I've got 12 different options. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you how we would perform a wedge distancing session for any of our customers or clients or members. And how we do it is we would, using Flightscope, extremely accurate data, we're going to hit 3 or 4 shots with each length of swing, with each club. We're going to take the averages, and then eventually what we'll do is we will fill in a wedge distance card. So what the member or the client can do is then when they're out on the golf course, they then get their card out of the back pocket, they know exactly how far each club goes, check on their GPS device, and they've got at least some confidence that it's going to go the right distance. The big issues I see with most people when they're using wedges is they might know how far it goes full, but if they've got a shot that is less than full, they get stuck, they don't know what to do. I hear lots of people say, I know this goes full and it looks like it'd be about half a shot, so I'm just going to swing it about halfway. Now, what is halfway? Is it about half a shot? These are all guesses, and so if we're not consistent in our thoughts and we're not got any conviction with our thoughts, we'll probably not have any conviction with our shot, and we'll hit a poor shot, probably blame our technique, and then the whole process can get unravelled. So knowing your distance is absolutely key. So I'm going to show you how we would perform it here in the swing studio. So here's the first club, lob wedge. 3 lengths of swing, 3 shots with each length of swing, and let's get an average. So interestingly, as I'm doing that, I can feel that my tempo changes a little bit as I hit each of these shots. What we want to try to get is as level and as even a tempo as we can, because we're trying to reduce the amount of variables in this shot. Length of the swing stays the same, the pace of the swing stays the same, and that should give us a consistent result. And now, chest to chest. And now, final swing with this club is going to be up to not quite full, shoulder to shoulder or ear to ear, as some people like to think of it. Okay, so there we go, that's 3 shots with my waist to waist, chest to chest and shoulder to shoulder with my lob wedge. So I'm just going to repeat the same with my other 3 wedges. Okay, I think it'd be a bit boring for you to watch me hit 3 shots with 3 different lengths of swings with each of my wedges. So I'm just going to do the next lot with my pitching wedge, and then I'm going to show you the results. One thing that's worth noting with all this is what we do is we use good golf balls in the swing studio. So I'm using the Callaway Chrome Soft X, the triple track. We put a little dot on the ball so that it's easy for the radar system to track the ball flight and gives very accurate results. Now what you may find with this when you're watching me hit these shots is that my waist to waist may be a bit longer than waist to waist, and my chest to chest might be longer than that. But I don't think that matters. So long as you know what your own personal differences in length of swing are, you're going to get a difference in distance and you'll be able to trust it. Okay, so that's all the shots completed. So I'm now going to have a look at the results. I'm not going to take my best of every one of the 3 shots I hit. I'm going to try and take an average, because we're not going to hit them all perfect on the golf course. We just want to find out which one is your average for that distance, make a note on the card, and then we can take it to the course. Okay, so here's a selection of the shots that I've just hit. First couple of shots with the lob wedge. A little bit to the right of the target, but pretty good. Quite happy with them as a selection of shots. And then if I go to the overall view, that's my pitching wedge, the first lot, but this is my lob wedge. So you see, first shot here, carry distance on the left, and I'd always judge pitching on carry distances. So you can see I did, first one was 29 yards, then 34 yards, then 32 yards. So you probably say 32 yards is a good average to say for my carry distance for my lob wedge, for my waist to waist swing. Then the next 3 shots are my chest to chest, so a 66 yard carry, a 60 yard carry or 61 yard carry, and a 63 yard carry. So again, you're probably looking at 63 yards is a good average. Interestingly, on when I went for the shoulder to shoulder, there's one random one there, 94 yards, whereas the other 2, 75 and 83, they're a bit more what we'd expect, and they're a lot more close together. So again, I would probably go in between those 2, and I'd say probably more like 78 yards. The 94 one is a bit of a random one that just sneaks in there, and it's probably not good to judge an average of my carry distances on one that was exceptionally longer than all the rest. And then I go to my pitching wedge ones, and that's all exactly the same. So I will go through that for each wedge, 3 different shots from each different length of swing, and make a note now on my wedge distances card. Okay, so now I've gone through my wedge distances using Flightscope, taking an average of each one. I can now make a note on my wedge distance card the averages of each of my pitching, length of swing, and the key now I've got it, is to just go and experiment with this on the course. You know, when it's quite quiet, you can go out and drop a couple of balls down and just experiment with those lengths of swing, because doing it indoors compared to doing it outside is quite different. So you just get used to that length of swing, use your GPS, get to one of the distances that you've got written on your wedge distance card, get to the middle of the fairway, and just play a shot with that length of swing. And I'm sure you'll start to see that the distances will be a lot more consistent, it'll give you a lot more confidence, and hopefully it will lower your scores.